This is Jared with Helios Health and Wellness. We're back with Matt. We're in the sugar house, and he's going to take us through how the maple sap is processed into pure maple syrup.
This is our SpringTech Elite 600 an hour RO system, or reverse osmosis. What happens is the sap comes down through this into the pre-filter or pressure pump and goes through a semi-permeable membrane, which pushes it under pressure through a membrane, and the sugar stays behind and the water goes through. Then the permeate, or the just water, we send through one tubing, and the concentrate goes up through another tubing.
Okay.
And that gets pumped through this blue tubing up to our concentrate tank, which holds 600 gallons of concentrate. When that's completely full, that'll make 60 gallons of syrup.
Wow.
Then it comes through into our float box of our steam away. The steam away is a pan on top of the pan, taking advantage of the heat of this bottom pan, and we pump air into that to give it more surface area, so it almost boils in this. On the other side is another float box for the flue pan, and it comes into the flue pan, which has a whole bunch of corrugations about 1.5 feet high, and that corrugation makes more surface area, so it boils harder and faster. And the steam that rises up into this goes into our wash sink, which we wash all the equipment with. When it's needed, it comes into the front pan through the dividers, and when it gets to this section here, it gets up to about 218, 219 degrees, or 7 degrees above the boiling point of water, or 66.6% sugar, which we check with a hydrometer. It comes off into our draw-off tank and is filtered and put into a barrel.
Awesome. Now you talked about, you were showing me earlier, progression of the different amber colors of the syrup, through the course of the season. I noticed that the colors got darker as the season went on.
Yeah, we have our light amber in the beginning of the season, which is this, and then it progresses as the sugars and the equipment gets dirty with bacteria, which we try to clean up all the time, but the heat comes up and the bacteria manifests so quick that we can't control it, and it takes longer to boil, and that's where the caramelization gets into the sap. Okay. Or into the syrup.
So tell me, you mentioned earlier you've been doing this for 30 years, and obviously there's a lot of competitions that go on with maple syrup. Tell us about the success that you've had with your 30-year history.
In my 30 years, I placed twice in North America for light amber syrup, and I placed first in the Great Jog County Maple Festival once.
Excellent. And are you entered into a contest again this year?
I will be. The entry date is the 9th.
The 9th of April. Is that the Geauga Maple Festival that's coming up?
Yes.
And what are the dates of that festival? Doesn't matter. You enter on the 9th, and hopefully we'll...
Festival, I think, is like the 28th
okay.
of April, I think, this year.
Okay. And we will definitely be doing a follow-up piece with consumers at that event, and getting some of their opinions and uses of maple syrup. Matt, we really appreciate your time today.
Right,
thank you for participating.